Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 2nd of June 2021 and the time now is 6:17 a.m. Well, today we have a bi-weekly review, and the topic I would like to talk about is it's not a specific topic, but it is about atomic habit. Yeah, so how about you?
The topic I want to make a review is about the sad reality
Mm,
in our generation.
okay. Right, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so Eric, do you want to start first?
No, you may start first.
Okay, yeah. For this one, because last week I started to uh, write out the habit scorecard. Yeah, and then I actually downloaded from the website that is given in the book, and then I just print it out. It is a very simple table, and then I write my habits, and then I also put the positive, negative sign or the equal sign beside the habits. Yeah, and then uh, after I write it down, I found that um, the I have some negative signs habits, which is I think they are not a good habit, and I have to uh, get rid of them. And then yeah, the first day after I wrote the this habit scorecard, I actually wrote it in the morning. Yeah, and then after that, um, until the same day at night, yeah, when I'm going to bed, uh, I found that I totally forgot about the scorecard. The because I print it out, and then the paper is still on my desk, even though I have already filled in uh, the daily habits, and then also put the signs negative or positive beside. And at that time I found that maybe I forgot a step, which is I just write it out, but I didn't uh, say it out like after I do something and then I will do something. I forgot to also uh, speak out the date and the time that I will do that particular thing. Yep. So yeah, because after I write the scorecard, actually I also trying to put a cross on the habits that I think it is negative, and then also I try to add something, uh, trying to stack some habits uh, to my current habit, and then I found that uh, yeah, the first day is not successful because I totally forgot about these things, and then after that I try to remind myself, and also I uh, something like to speak out when I will do something, after doing what, and I will do what. And the next day, things becomes better. And then I found that the habit that I stack with some existing habits, it is useful. For example, I um, for the meditation, because every day I will do meditation in different time when I'm free, and sometimes I skip one or two times, maybe 1 or 2 days I will skip. And then for this one, I think I need to fix it. And I try to put this habit after I switch on my computer every morning. Yeah, and then I found that this is quite effective because the moment that I click the switch button and then I directly go to meditation. So this is effective. And I also found that some new habit that I add into the habit here is not effective. For example, in the afternoon and after work, because I will have after work I will have 1 hour or 2 hours of the time of the slot which I have. I can actually have a rest before going to the next lesson, next class. And then at that time, because previously I will uh, maybe go to YouTube and then watch some videos or go to Facebook, and then I found that this is very time consuming and it's kind of useless. And then I should have spent the time on other things. So for this one, I actually uh, wanted to stop doing this habit, and then I put in another meditation at here. And then yeah, the meditation is not effective here. I mean, I didn't do meditation at this time, but what is effective is that when I finish the work, and then I find that I have the awareness after I finish the work, because this is something that maybe because I write it out, and then it is something in my mind that I don't want to watch the YouTube videos. And then yeah, it is quite effective on trying to reduce the time that I watch YouTube. But when I try to add in some things to something that I remove, this is ineffective. Yeah, because actually I'm not stacking a new habits on a current habits, because what I'm doing is remove something and then replace with something. So for this one, to me it is quite ineffective. Yep. So and then all right, and then for this one, yeah, and then because I found that watching YouTube is quite time consuming, and sometimes when I start it and I couldn't stop for let's say if I start watching the first video, and then maybe I will keep watching uh, for the rest 20 minutes or half an hour. So what I do is I try to uh, put a lock on my these YouTube apps, these YouTube apps on my phone. I put a lock, so every time I want to access to this app, I need to type the password, and then I also use a long password, so that make it very inconvenient, not easy to do it. Yeah, so also this way I find it quite effective. But it is only for phone, for the YouTube on my computer. And for now I'm still trying hard to fix this problem. But one way I found is to change my chair, because previously my chair is those with the backrest, so I can uh, put my back on backrest, and then maybe this chairs is too comfortable, so I actually change it to another chair which without the backrest. So for this one, I won't by doing so, I won't sit long on in front of my computer uh, after I finish my work. Yeah, so it is also quite effective. I think for this one, I am doing something to change the environment. Yeah, but the only bad thing is that it's kind of I sacrifice uh, something because previously because I sit on this chair without the backrest, and then after that I feel like, oh, it is quite uncomfortable, and then I try to buy a new chair and right now I kind of put the new chair aside. Yeah, so but I think it is still worth uh, to do so because I'm trying to fix the bad habit, and this is a way. Yep. And
Mm,
then yeah, so I think that is for my sharings today.
yeah.
Yep.
If you keep continue to read the Atomic Habit, and then
Mm-mm.
you'll found that our habit have a reasons. So we do something is not because we just like to do the things. It's
Mm.
because we have an inherent reasons. We have a nature. We have a demands for
Mm.
something, and the habits provide something that we want. For example,
Mm.
after after you you work in the morning, and then
Yeah.
you need for rest, and then after 1 or 2 hours you need to continue to work. So at
Mm.
that time you actually to me, I think you want to rest. You want to rest effectively in that period.
Mm.
Mm. But your habit is uh your habit is using the watching some entertainment
Mm.
video
Yeah, short
to
videos, one after another.
to give you the rest, but it is
Mm.
actually not effective. But you already crave, you already crave that. Yeah, crave that. And if you want to change the habits, you also need to find out why why is the inherent reasons you are doing these habits. Mm. Is
Mm.
it because of rest, or is it because of uh, the freshness? Yeah, because
Mm.
you spend too much time on teaching, and then now you need to find something different to
Mm.
do. Yeah, so you need to find out this one first. For example, if you often feel tired after the morning teaching seasons,
Mm.
and then I think the resting will be some things you are pursuing. Mm. So
Mm.
maybe you can change your habits from watching video to have a rest. Mm.
Mm.
For example, sleep for a while. Yeah, sleep for 15 minutes,
Yeah.
so that you fulfill the thing you crave for. And then after that, maybe you want to stick some habits inside. It's okay. Yeah. So what I mean here is, if let's say if you try to stick your habits like after morning teaching seasons, and
Mm.
then after that, after I end the after I end the class, and then I go out for lunch, and
Mm.
then after I finish my lunch, I wash my plate. Okay, let's say I'm at home, and then
Yeah.
after that, after the event, and then I will read some book. Okay, and or maybe I will continue preparing the next lessons like that, and then so maybe you will find hard. to stack the habits to continue doing this, because some things you want is resting at here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need to know what's the reason you carry out these habits.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yep.
and because just like I say, and just like the author say, every habit has the reasons, has its reason why. There's a reason why you do that.
Mm. Yeah. So for this one, it is it is not necessary. It is another perspective, right? Because before you said this, I thought for habits it is because of the cue.
Yeah,
So
this is for the
oh
craving. Yeah, and actually, this is all is linked together. For example, another example. Uh, think about the thing the thing you should do before doing the habit scorecard, which is figure out who you wish to become.
mm,
Right. This is the first step.
yeah.
Yeah. So who you wish to become are the habits will help you to become the person you want to be.
Yep.
Yeah. So uh so for example, if you didn't if you haven't figured out who you wish to become, so maybe you're not sure watching video whether will harms your uh your pursuing. For example, yeah, I don't have any pursuing, so watching a video is not big deal, right?
Yeah.
Mm. But if I have a clear pursuing, for example, I want to learn some English. This is something that I want. Yeah, I want to learn English. I want to learn language. I want to improve my English, so that maybe this is you can stack your habit here. Yeah, because it's something that you want.
Yeah.
And this is something that you want to become. So the identity base, not just change the thing you do, but but becoming the person you wish you uh you are. Change the person you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the identity base.
Yep.
Yeah. And if you just change the small things, it's great. Yeah, because we know yeah, small thing accumulate will become a big change. Yeah, tiny change will become will lead to a big difference. But we still need to note the reasons we doing this.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. So that's all.
Yep.
Mm. Yeah. For this habit now, now I actually also change some of my habit sequence. Sequence. Yeah. Now I actually wake up 15 minutes earlier. Yeah. And then after I wake up, and then I brush my teeth, all that, and then after I come back my room, and then I do exercise. So it actually now I do exercise before the start of the English conversations. So
Oh.
then after English conversation, I have more times to allocate. Mm.
Oh, so it means that previously you do exercise after the conversation?
Yeah. So
Oh, I
sometimes
see.
uh it will have some rush.
Mm.
Yeah, some rush moments. But after I change this, I seldom feel the rush. Mm,
Mm. Yep.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, and now I actually now I actually still haven't list out the heavy scorecard for uh for all for all my routine dates. Yeah,
Mm.
uh for, for all my dates
Mm.
routines. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there also have a tiny change in my habit. So I also need to work out. I also need to review my habit scorecard. Yeah, and then I I think this is something that we also need to aware of, because maybe our habit is change will change frequently. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So we also need to review that. Mm, so
Yeah.
maybe we need to spend like let's say we review our habit scorecard 2 weeks. Yeah, once per 2 weeks or once per month. Yeah,
Yep.
I think it's enough. Yeah, it will be enough. Okay. So this is about the habit. And then yeah, the topic I to make a review is about the sad reality of our generations. And uh the I think it's the morning around 10 to 11 a.m.
Yeah.
of uh I mean um on the morning that sorry I miss the morning on the date we had this conversation, sad reality of our generation.
Yeah.
I think it's a Sundays if I'm not wrong, and I actually received a call from a from a job agent. Yeah. Yeah, and we have somehow like 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes phone call. In the morning.
Yeah.
And then uh, he introduced some jobs to me, and then he also say some things. Something like I think to her is something like the motivation, but to me, since uh I just carry out the related topic, the related conversation in the morning, yeah, in the early mornings, so I have the awareness about that. Yeah, and she shared some story with me, and she say, yeah, Singaporean is very hardworking. Yeah, because they need to they need to they need to fight with other foreigners, with the Malaysians and Chinese,
Yeah.
Indians, yeah, and also some uh uh Vietnamese. Yeah,
Yeah.
so many difference. There are a lot of people from many different countries comes to Singapore work,
Yeah.
because of the currency and the job opportunities. So Singaporean need to work hard so they can fight with this foreigner. And she also say Singaporean is not like Malaysians. So we just need to like have chickens, have some plant some veggies in your farms, so uh, you can uh, you can keep yourself to have livings. Yeah, I think she lack of she lack of some knowledge here. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, and she say in Singaporean you see the house price is so high, so we need to work hard. Yeah, otherwise how can we buy the house? Mm. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I agree with that. And she also say she know some of her some of her candidate, the person she contact is Chinese, and they are in second tier, yeah, second tier cities, 二线城市, second tier cities.
Yeah.
So, and we know like the first tier is the Shanghai, Beijing, all that. And second tier, if I'm not wrong, is something like the Shenzhen or somewhere. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with that. And she said one of the Chinese told her even he earns quite a lot currently, but he cannot manage to buy a house in a second tier cities. Why? And I asked her, is it because of the identity account problem, 户口? Yeah. And she say no. Yeah, not only because that. And she say 1 year ago, the house in the area she want to buy it, which is in the second tier cities, is around 1 point something millions.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 x millions yuan,
Okay.
RMB. And now is around 3 point something million. Yeah. Okay. I forget what the amount she said, but
More
I
than
think
double.
it's yeah, it's around double because she says is the increment is about 1 million. Yeah. So maybe maybe she say too fast and she say something wrong. Maybe it's 1 million to 2 million or 2 million to 3 million. So I'm not sure. Yeah, but I clearly hear that she said the increasement is about like 1 million in a year. Yeah, is around a year.
Wow,
So
in a year.
yeah, so maybe I think what she's referring is before pandemic and after pandemic. Because
Oh.
I also not sure the time frame she are talking. Yeah. And I have some guessing because 1 million or 2 millions in second tier is quite common. So the house price is quite common currently. Of course, this is depend on your locations. Yeah. And in my knowledge, the housing price already is around 1 million in few years ago. So I believe that she's not talking about like 2011 or 2012 that periods. Yeah, so I believe she are talking in these recent years. Yeah. So and else, yeah, and because this is lack of sampling, yeah, it's lack of sampling, lack of samples. So I also not sure what she says is correct or not. Maybe it's just because of the particular landlord want to sell a higher price, but it doesn't represent the whole housing market.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but never mind. This is not the main point. The main point is, yeah, she also said, yeah, she continued to say that, yeah, and if we don't work hard, how can we buy the house? And then how can we like marriage? Yeah, how can we get marriage? We don't have house, we don't have car. How can we get marriage? Yeah, no girl wants you, and also maybe the girl wants you, but the girl's parents also won't let her her daughters marry with you.
Yeah.
So she says something like this, and uh, uh, my reaction is just smiling and laugh. Yeah. So and it make me think. Yeah. So still the same questions. Does marriage need a house? Yeah. And also is marriage matter? Yeah. Does marriage matter? Yeah. Yeah. And this is not the human need. Yeah, and you work hard. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, I know the market, and I also know we already have the norms. We already have the norms in the societies. Maybe in Chinese, the norms will be more common, yeah, and more wide, spreading.
Yeah.
Maybe you really need a house, and then your parents and also, the girl side, the counterparty's parents will also like, put in some money together to help their children, buy a house. So it's not just a single generations problem. This is a cross generation problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah. And why why they need a house? So this is very, uh critical question,
Yep.
to them. And you don't have to live in China, and also you don't have to live in the second tier cities. You
Mm.
can live you can live in like the third tier and fourth tier and all that. Yeah, you can do that. And if you think this is, uh a lack of opportunities in the hometowns, in the village, and you
Yeah.
can move. You are not a tree. You can move. You
Mm.
can move to another country. You can move to, Singapore. You can move to, like, Malaysia.
Yeah.
It's uh the living cost is not that great compared to first tier, second tier cities in China. You still can earn a living.
Mm.
Mm,
Yep.
yeah, and this is there there also there are still have many Chinese in this country, Malaysia, Singapore. So you don't really need to worry about the language. And in my knowledge, a lot of Chinese who came Singapore for a long time, they still cannot speak English fluently.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, in their phones, uh, those apps is English apps, and cannot change the language, is not in
Yeah.
their phones. Yeah, the apps, those English apps cannot change cannot do the translations, and
Mm.
also cannot switch the language to Chinese. It's not in their phones.
Mm. Yeah.
So you can see they can't speak Chinese, and so maybe, they can't speak English. They could understand English, but they still able to live in this country.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yep.
not talking about Malaysia. We talk about Singapore.
Mm.
Malaysia, of course, yeah, you can live with that. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm, yeah. So, mm, and uh, so the agent kind of like give me some motivations.
Mm.
Mm, yeah. So, uh, it is a very good job opportunity. So if I can join this, uh 500 fortunes company, so I will
Yeah.
learn a lot, and I will also like gain a lot of knowledge, and
Mm.
also, can can move to a bigger platform. Yeah, I agree with that.
Mm.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But there's also uh one things one things in my mind, whether this is something that I want. Mm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and uh, of course, we want to move to a higher level. Yeah, but if the jobs require you to do OT all the times,
Mm.
and
Stressful environment.
yeah, and uh, maybe 1 year, 2 years, no problems. Okay, but what after that? Okay, maybe after that you have enough savings.
Mm.
Okay, and you want to shift another kind of life.
Mm.
Are you able to do that? Yeah. So, there are many things you need to consider. Yeah, so it's not just only about the salaries and also the like the job opportunities and also like the company status.
Mm.
Yeah. So this is also linked to our yesterday topic. Yeah. So to me, if I have enough money, if I have earned enough the sum of money that I want to earn, and then what will I do? I'll spend more time with my family. I also spend more time with my friends
Mm.
and with my partners, and then so that will I will I sacrifice some of my times currently and then to exchange a higher salary and all that. Of course, we want higher salary, but we also need to choose. We also need to balance. We still need to balance of that, right? Mm.
Yep.
And that salary to me is not a very very high salary. Yeah.
Mm. Yep.
Yeah. So uh yeah. So the things I okay. The thing I want to mention is about the sad reality of our generations. Many people, they not only want to get a good salary job,
Mm.
they also want to join the top companies, yeah, so that it can add value uh to them to their resumes. But after all of that, what's the end game? Are you really want to work in like the top 500 Fortune company all the times? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so if this is something that you are looking for, so maybe you really need to move to a higher platform. Otherwise, you can't cross the stage. Mm,
Yep.
yeah, but if you uh but if the reason that you join the company is just because you want to earn more money, yeah. So maybe you need to look back to uh uh those first principle. For example, who you wish to become, and then
Mm.
what's the thing you really want. Yeah. So we also, of course, we need to care about the meanings, which is a long term, but we still need to care about our short term. And
Mm.
if we have a part, if we have a direction that we can align our pleasure and the meaning, which is a short term and long term
Yeah.
together, and it will make you feel more. It will make you feel happier. Yeah.
Mm.
But you still need to take challenge in your life. You can't stay in the comfortable zone all the day. Yeah,
Yeah.
all the times. You still need to take challenge because this is the only ways to increase your base happiness level. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. But uh you shouldn't take too much challenge. Yeah. Uh uh it's not something that it's not something that uh you are not able to do that. Yeah, you are able to do that. Yeah, you can adapt that. But when you take more challenge, after adapt that, maybe you cannot adapt, or maybe you can adapt.
Mm.
Yeah. But if if the thing is as exceed exceeds your ability, so you feel very depressed, and then you feel stressed to do
Mm.
that. Yeah. And then yeah, even though eventually you adapt the challenge, you are able to do that quite well. Okay. But maybe you still feel stressed. Yeah. Yeah, because of the environment, because of the job nature, you still
Yeah.
feel very stressed. So uh this is something like you join in an environment which is all people have the same mindset, which is they are sacrifice their their currents for their futures. So how can you become the top? How can you become the top, like, to outperform them in these environments? Yeah, in these competitions. Yeah, everyone spend their times, and then they sacrifice their current for the futures. And if you want to balance your current and your futures, you can't outperform them. You definitely will underperform, right?
Yeah.
This is the time allocations. So go back to the habits, because we also read about the environment sections, which is, if you put yourself in the environments that is highly stressed environments, and then all people have the mindset. I didn't say that mindset is wrong. Yeah. But this is not aligned with my values, which is they sacrifice all their currents for futures. Yeah. So and they also have the mindset that, yeah, they need to earn enough money so they can, like, buy the house, to get married, all that. Yeah. So this kind of mindset is not aligned with my values. And then if you are in this environment, how can you outperform them? How can you keep yourself? To focus on balancing your life, the meaning, and also the pleasure, and then pursuing the long-term happiness, and increasing the base happiness level. Yeah, by coping with the realities, and put yourself on the line, take more channels, is the only way to increase your base happiness level. But if you overdo, it will hurt. I think it won't hurt. Okay, maybe it won't hurt, or it may or may not hurt, but it definitely won't increase your base happiness level. Yeah. Yeah, but of course, you still can jump out. You still can jump out from that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So the point here I want to make is, there are a lot of people in the world, in our country or in other countries, have the similar mindset. Yeah, which is they need to work hard, they need to earn a lot of money so they can buy a house, they can get married, and they can be somehow, like, become financial freedoms, so they don't need to work. So they work hard because they don't want to work hard.
Yeah.
So maybe they lost the passion. They lost the passion in their work. It's just about money. It's just about, like, fighting with other people. It's just about, like, get the self-esteem and outperform other people. Yeah, and none of them relate to happiness level. Yeah, I miss by competing with other people, by using this kind of strategy, competing with other people. This is not none of the things by using these strategies eventually increase your base happiness level. Yeah, the base happiness level, increasement is come from our internal, not external.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the thing I want to make a review.
Yep. So yeah, and also I remember that you say your company is going to move, right? So yeah, so now is June already, so 1, 2, 3, so it's about after 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So any updates for your decision, whether you want to still work for this company, or
Yeah. Now also actively looking new job. Yeah, and also attend some interviews. Yeah, and there are one job that I would that I really like. Yeah, and the interview is going well, and I'm waiting for the results, but nothing promising. Yeah, so and yeah, and also I also have some new thought about this. Yeah, because in the past I only focus about finding a new job. Yeah, but what if maybe there are some other choice that I can still work in this company.
Oh,
Yeah. So
what do you mean?
okay. So I'm talking about like the options. Yeah. I'm kind of explore uh whether it is a good options continue working this company. Yeah. But to me it is like quite unlikely if I find a good job. If I find a good job, I definitely will change my job. Yeah, because like I said, uh, you need to cope with the challenge. You need to put yourself on the line. You cannot always stay in a comfortable zone. Yeah, it
Yeah.
won't increase your base happiness level in the long term. Yeah, so yeah, but I still kind of find a job that can offer me uh the salary that I want, and also the work-life balance. Mm,
Mm.
yeah, 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 and there's one things. Uh, yeah. Recently, I attend one interviews, and that's uh, we I had some conversations. I have some conversation with the interviewer, and also I realized that uh, they are, uh, they are doing something that I don't know, and they also say something about because they are using the same software, the same accounting software that our company are using. So they ask my way of doing things, and I tell him, and he say, yeah, have you tried to load the live data to load the live data from your accounting system? And I say, yeah, I didn't. How you can do that? Yeah, and and he say, yeah, it's actually like link your link like get the data from the SQL server. Yeah, because so after that after I after I came back home, and then I do some research, and then I found that wow, actually we can have a different way of doing things, and that company is really is really it really knows some new way of doing things. Yeah, and then I study about that, and then
Yeah.
I do it myself. Yeah, and then I find out that yeah, actually our accounting systems is linked to after we record the data, and then it will save to the SQL server. Yeah, save to the Microsoft SQL server.
Oh.
Okay, the SQL, which is the database. Yeah, yeah, and then I study about that because I have uh, previously I have little knowledge in database, and then I study about this, and then I noticed that oh, I actually can query. The technical term is query, which is to get the data directly from the database.
Oh.
So you actually don't need to like click in your accounting system and click the like download the report, like export into PDF files or export to the Excel file. You actually can write some things. Yeah, using the SQL programming language to directly link and grab the information from the database. Yeah, so this is something that I'm doing right now, and yeah, it just spent me 1 or 2 days, and I successfully done this. Yeah, so one of my reports automatically update. Yeah, and now I also kind of like try to change my Excel template with these new methods of doing things, so we can reduce the workload. Yeah. So right now I'm a bit busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it made me feel good. Yeah, because I currently I still continue to learn something new. Yeah. I miss for the sequels, and this is also the things that I want to learn, the programming language. Yeah, and the result is quite well, because just with a few days, and I already can done the thing that I want to dance and more efficiently.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it made me feel that maybe I don't really need to change my job. Yeah, because I still can keep learning, and my job offer me work-life balance, and also I have some of I have a lot of free time in my work. But I didn't yeah but the free times, maybe the free times to other people, they will waste they'll waste the times. But to me, yeah, of course, I also waste some times, but I will keep learning. I also keep learning, and also I keep integrate my learning into my work tasks. For example, the data analysis, and also like the data visualization. Yeah, and recently, which is last month, few weeks ago, I done the Excel dashboard, which is the visual report.
Oh.
So it's something like make the data to like the charts, like pie charts or bar charts, and line chart, and make into a chart, and then using Excel, and then and 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 you can choose some criteria, and then, for example, let's say you click like 2018, then all the chart will change. All the chart will change. So that means this is an interactive dashboard. So let's say you click 2018, so the chart will show you the 2018 data visualizations. And if you choose like I want like 2019 and 2020, and then I want like
comparison.
Yeah, and then I also want like the product category. I want, let's say I want the food, I want the beverage, and then it will change. It will change the it will change the chart. Yeah, so it will change the informations. So it's interactive. So it's similar to what we see, what we have seen like in some other websites. For example, now yeah, for example, in the past we have some experience to go to some website and check like the personal disposable incomes in US, and also like the M2, M1 supplies, and it's similar to that. So but I just integrate all of the charts into an Excel. Yeah. So this is something that I do. This is something that I have done last times, and for this last month, and this month I'm doing I'm exploring myself in the database. So I study about the database, and then try to find out how to make my work more efficient, and then try to find out, is there any way to do something different, and then do something more. And then I also have interest in like the big data analysis, big data analytic, and also like the machine learning, AI. So it requires you to spend time to learn, and also some algorithms. the data scientist, the data science algorithms.
Mm.
All this thing is something that I have the passions. So if my work, if my work can offer me the free times and then but the salary may not be that high, will I still continue to work in these companies? Yeah. So this is something that I also try to think of. Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, but for current moment, if I have better opportunities, I definitely will change my job. Yeah,
Mm.
because you still can learn new thing in the new work, in the new job. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So, mm, yeah. So that's all. That's all for my sharing.
Mm. Yeah. Me too.
Okay, so that's all for my today. That's all for our today conversations. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversations. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocabulary mistakes that we made, please also comment to let us know. Because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like and subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.